No matter how proud you are about your strengths, you should not overlook your weaknesses entirely, because if you do, these weaknesses may undermine your strengths in some areas. What then do we do? You are advised to focus on your strengths, then find creative ways to manage your weaknesses so that they don't get in the way of your strengths. Hi, dear friends. My name is Obiora Mboemena. I am a human potential development advocate and a public speaker. I'm delighted to be here again today to share with you another nugget captioned Understanding, Identifying, and Managing Human Weaknesses. I will start by asking a question. What is a weakness? According to Oxford English Dictionary, a weakness is an area where you lack proficiency. However, this definition will not be of great help in this context because there are many areas where we lack proficiency, but they are not worth bothering about. For example, your lack of knowledge in painting is not a weakness unless you find yourself in a role that requires you to paint. As soon as you find yourself in a role that requires you to play to one of your non-talents or area of low skill or knowledge, a weakness is born. For example, your ignorance in painting, which was harmless when you were performing the role of an office clerk, becomes a weakness when you are performing the role of a fine artist. Based on this context, a weakness is anything that hinders excellent performance. At this point, it will be important to identify the deficiency. In other words, to identify whether the deficiency is a talent weakness, a skill weakness, or a knowledge weakness. In order to identify this, you have to be given the requisite skills and knowledge. And after acquiring the requisite skills and knowledge, and your performance is still mediocre or below average, then by the process of elimination, the missing ingredient must be talent. In that case, you now find creative ways to manage it. This brings us to the creative strategies of managing human weaknesses. Now, we shall be looking at 3 strategies. The first strategy is going the extra miles. This means putting in more effort in order to get a little better at it. Of course, this could be mentally draining, but you have to do it after all. Otherwise, these weaknesses may undermine your strengths in some areas. For example, a student who doesn't have flair for mathematics has to put in extra effort in the subject. Otherwise, his deficiency in mathematics may undermine his chances of getting admission into the tertiary institution. The second strategy: use one of your strengths to overwhelm your weakness. This strategy requires an illustration. A certain man who was not trained in the act of public speaking once engaged in a debate with some trained communicators. In the course of their debate, the supposedly trained communicators displayed all public speaking skills at their disposal, ranging from good voice modulation and good body language. But those did not thrill the audience. In other words, those theatrics did not thrill the audience. On the other hand, the other man, though had poor elocution, but had good mastery of data analysis, which he leveraged. What he lacked in elocution was compensated for in data analysis. Simply put, he skillfully used his strength in data analysis to overwhelm his weakness in elocution, and he was able to arrest the attention of his audience. The third strategy: find a partner. I call this complementary partnering. This involves partnering or collaborating with somebody whose strengths compensate for your weaknesses. For example, a number-blind entrepreneur can partner with an accountant with number-oriented mind. Such collaboration could be mutually beneficial. Kindly note that these strategies would neither elevate you to excellence nor transform your weaknesses into strengths. They were just crafted to help you manage your weaknesses so that they don't get in the way of your strengths. Ultimately, excellence is achieved when you leverage your areas of strength. Before I go, I want to remind you to kindly subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button. And please feel free to share the video because it may illuminate someone's path. I wish to stop here. Thank you for watching and do have a lovely day.